Alright, this is part 2 of a DVD and Blu-ray update. The first thing I'm going to show is a DVD. It's from Vinegar Syndrome. It's In Search of Bigfoot and Cry Wilderness. Haven't had a chance to watch Cry Wilderness yet, but In Search of Bigfoot's great. Part of the many 1970s, early to mid 70s documentaries and mockumentaries they did in relation to Bigfoot and Sasquatch. This one's a really good one. Got Robert Morgan, who he's a good guy. He's got a good heart. Not a faker and a hoaxer like so many other a lot of people in his field are. Yeah, it's really good. Well worth seeing. I haven't seen Cry Wilderness yet, but I will. Definitely, if you like the whole 70s Bigfoot documentaries and mockumentaries, definitely watch it. It's really good, really enjoyable. Right, onto the Blu-rays. I picked up a Great Race from Warner Archive. It's not a bad one as long as Jack Lemmon's on the screen. Other than that, the script kind of suffers. It's not as witty as it thinks it is. It's and not as funny as something like It's a Mad 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 World, for instance. It's okay, but not great. I picked up Calvary with Brendan Gleeson. It's from the director of The Guard, and I like The Guard. That was a good one. It's a real good film. I want to check this out for a while. Right, I picked up 2 custom editions. They are lifted from Japanese Blu-rays of 2 brilliant films. And the guy in question, I got it from eBay. He's had these own English subtitles, which is very well received. Police Story with Jackie Chan. This is the extended Japanese release. And he's added these English subtitles to this, and there's loads of extras. Quality's fantastic. Definitely watch Police Story if you've never seen it. Fantastic film. And we have Hard Boiled as well. This is from the Japanese Blu-ray as well. Best transfer visually, best print you can get of it. And Hard Boiled is just an all-out classic. Brilliant film, absolutely amazing. You've never seen Hard Boiled? Definitely watch it. It's brilliant, absolute classic. I picked up a Dutch film, Borgman. Kind of a twisted fairy tale, modern fairy tale. Very, very good film. Lets itself down the last half hour or so. Borgman's a vagrant, homeless guy. With definite, do we believe he's human? We're not really sure. Probably isn't. And he enters this middle class family's life and just turns it upside down. Very clever film. I think definitely it leaves things open for a sequel. Very, very interesting film. The lead actor is fantastic. Really good, but we need a bit more explained. I think really like the beginning with the priests hunted him down through the forest at the beginning. Definitely some good versus evil kind of vibe, whichever way you want to see it. But it was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. I picked up Remo. Okay, Remo Williams from Arrow. Fred Ward. Kind of action with comedic kind of elements, playing with extras as Arrow normally has. Yeah, it's a good one, very enjoyable. I picked up Men in War, Robert Ryan. It's a great war film, really, really brilliant. Set in the Korean War, sounds a bit Mara as well. Absolute tragedy with Rick Mara, no doubt. Certain director should definitely have served some prison time there. Blood on his hands, definitely. I won't go into that too much, but yeah, this is a 4-pack of westerns. We've got Rio Conchos, Take a Hard Ride, Butch and Sundance, the early years, and Last Hard Men. I bought it for Last Hard Men. Heston and Coburn, absolutely brilliant. This one, really good, savage western, really good one. Early to mid 70s, where westerns really a lot more squib action, a lot more nasty and savage. Really, really good. Really good one. And picked up a 2-pack of the Grand Julie, Van Cleef and Keoma. Keoma's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love Nero in this one. I like Nero in this even more than his performance in Django, and I love Django, but Keoma is special. Really good film. Really, really enjoy it. Stars Woody Strode as well. I also picked up the Eureka release, Mass Cinema, of Faust by F.W. Murnau. Really brilliant silent film, based on part of Marlowe's play, and a few other things mixed in. Really love the front cover of this. It's really like a sort of late medieval, early Renaissance, German kind of woodcut. Really, really great film. As I said, the imagery is pretty nightmarish in places. It's 3 discs for £7 as well. It's fantastic, really fantastic bargain. It's a great film as well. Definitely check that out. And this film here is just truly awful. And I love kind of 70s disaster films, but this was just too much. This was terrible. This was a Meteor. So bad. The script is bad. The film is bad. The acting's terrible. And look at that cast as well. The cast is unbelievable in this film, and this just falls. The effects are so laughably awful. I mean, considering you're seeing great things at the time with Star Wars, Outland, Alien, amongst many other films, and the effects in this are just, considering how much this film cost, I'm sure it cost something like 16-17 million at the time, which was just absurd for the time. I mean, my God, it was awful. Really awful film. Now this is a really good disaster film. This is Avalanche. Rock Hudson, Robert Forster, really good film, great set pieces in this, really thoroughly entertaining, brilliant, produced by Roger Corman. Funny enough as well, with this one, Meteor, was so bad with the effects, they used scenes from the avalanche scene in Meteor, which is actually the only good thing about Meteor, but just watch Avalanche, it's really good, real good print on it as well. Now this, from the front cover, this is almost like a disaster film, but it's not. It's Richard Harrison, Omar Sharif and Juggernaut. It's about an incendiary device being put on this huge ship, and they bring in Richard Harris and David Hemmings in to disarm the bomb. Really good film, good script, man. Really got, tense places. Real good relationship between Harris and Hemmings in this. I really like this film, man. Really good one. Really enjoyed it. Kino releasing some good titles at the moment for good prices as well. Picked this up from Germany as well. I like this even more than French Connection. 7 Ups, just an absolute classic. Love Roy Scheider, just great actor, and this is a great film. Definitely, if you like your 70s hard kind of crime thrillers, definitely watch it. You won't be disappointed with that. Real fun mid-90s film. I saw this in the cinema as well when I was a kid. It's Congo. I think it's based on the Michael Crichton novel. Really entertaining. Just a group of explorers fighting killer apes. The ending's really fun. Tim Curry hams it up tremendously. Yeah, it's really entertaining. Really good one. Now I picked up, really happy to have this. This is a German media book of a brilliant film. I absolutely love it. And again, I think it gets judged for trying to be a Warriors rip-off, which it most certainly isn't. It's The Wanderers. I believe it's set, it's set in the Bronx, and just it's a real great coming of age drama with kind of gangs associated with it. It's a brilliant film. It's fantastic. The soundtrack is fantastic. This edition is beautiful. Definitely get this edition if you can. I think it's sold out now. I think it's a great film. In my opinion, on the whole, it's a better film than The Warriors. Warriors has a great corners to it, but it's better script, better film, gives it time to breathe. But then again, they're totally different films. The only thing associated with it is the release roughly in the same year, and both films begin with a W really, and they're associated with gangs. But apart from that, really, it differs a hell of a lot. This is more of a coming of age drama, and it's fantastic. Really good. I picked up Ghostbusters 1 and 2 digibook. Love the first one. Love the second one even more though. I love Vigo. As a kid, it's weird, we all have nightmares as a kid. Vigo used to scare the absolute shit out of me. The thought of something coming out of a painting, which kind of creeps me out now, to be honest with you, thinking about it, but like, I thought, yeah, it's brilliant. They're both great films. The Abomination that'll be coming out whenever it is, I'll never be watching it, so it's perfectly fine with me. Now, I picked up the extended director's cut of Once Upon a Time in America. I'm going to give this a 4th watch because I've never seen this full version. I've seen Once Upon a Time in America about 3 times now, and I have to be honest, each time I've seen it, I get more disappointed. But I want to watch it one more time. I think it's, in my opinion, just my opinion, very overrated. I don't think the script's particularly good. I think it's Leone's one of his weakest films I've ever seen. I think the aging effects they use on some of the actors are terrible. Yeah, hopefully this extended edition will. Hopefully I might give it a full watch. But I mean, I'm not denying the splendour of it and the scale of it. But I think the execution is and that's terrible. I mean, who am I to question Leone? But the film never did it for me. Don't know why. I mean, the cast is great and stuff, but it just never seemed to do it for me. Right, I picked up some Criterions. It's a brilliant film, The Vanishing. So if I pull it back there, you can roughly see the woman's fat. I know it's hard to see. You can just notice the eyes and the lips there. It's an absolutely outstanding film. Young man just on a mission to find his girlfriend who gets taken from a service station in France. A young Dutch couple. This is such a brilliant film. Words can't describe the. I won't even talk about the ending, because the ending is just absolutely just fantastic. It's a brilliant film. The American remake. Oh good God, no, just terrible. Stay away from that. My Darling Clementine. Brilliant film. John Ford. The cinematography in this is just so splendid. I can't begin. Now, it's probably not the most accurate portrayal of the OK Corral, Earp, Clanton, Brocious Vendetta thing. Doesn't cover the Vendetta afterwards, but at its heart, though, it's just see it as a really good Western. I mean, there's so many scenes in this, they're just like paintings, the way Ford directs them. And Victor Mature plays a real good Holiday as well. And oh, what's his name? The old fella. Oh, Walter Brennan plays Old Man Clanton. He's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great film. And Last Criterion, which I mean, when I say I adore this film, I truly loved it. I saw it when I was a kid, and I always remember the one scene when Macduff's family get brutally slain, and they really do get horribly killed. The kid in this it always stayed with me as a kid, and I think I think Polanski, I'm not gonna, you know, his behaviour in recent years, but I think this film was his mind was in a really bad place after, you know, the disgusting murder of, you know, Sharon Tate. Horrible. And it's the tragedy of Macbeth. It's abridged as most plays to screen are, but it's such a great feel to it. It's a brilliant film, and don't be put off, you know, maybe if by the perhaps by Shakespearean dialogue, if some people are, some people aren't. The film is just the acting is so brilliant. It brings it into the modern. It's truly a real piece of work. John Fincher's Macbeth, absolutely amazing. It's so incredible. The ending showdown with Macduff is just unbelievable, but it's a savage one. It's a savage film in places that definitely. I mean, Polanski's mind was in a different place. I think this was around 2 years after Sharon Tate's murder. It could have been a little bit less than that. Oh, it's a fantastic film. If you've never seen it, definitely watch it. It's utterly brilliant. Francesca Annis as well as Lady Macbeth, she's brilliant as well. Really good. John Finch, really underrated actor, really good actor. Now, two other things I picked up. I picked up the Withnail and I set from Arrow. One of my all-time favourite films. I can quote this film to hell and back. I'm not going to do it. This is limited. It's I think one of the best British films ever made. Probably the best British film of easily past 30 years, in my opinion. I'm disappointed that not a lot of the extras brought over from the DVD are not on it. It doesn't have the great commentary with Paul McGann and name forgets me, the guy plays Danny. It'll come to me in a minute. But real great commentary on that. That's not on this. And it feels a little bit incomplete without that. And there's one or two other extras which I'm a bit disappointed I don't have it. I'd like to just that really. But it's a fabulous transfer, the film, and it's a fantastic film. I think sometimes this film, I think some people might think, I think it's a bad rap from certain people, I think, who believe it might be not up its own arse. That's not the right word, but I don't know how to put it. I think people really will miss out on the real kind of. I think they see it more as a student film, and they see probably only kind of students who watch it. And that's. I mean, I watched this film. I think first time. I think I was about 8 or 9. I loved it then. You know, they don't let maybe people's perceptions of a film put you off, because it's just absolutely brilliant. The script is fantastic. It's got such love and, you know, emotion in it. And you know, the performances in it are brilliant. Not just Richard E. Grant. I mean, everyone McGann and Richard Griffiths as Uncle Monty. He's absolutely magical, superb. And rest in peace. You know, God, you know, he was absolutely brilliant in this film. And last thing I picked up, it's the extended edition of Hobbit: Destination Smog. It needed the extended edition for me, and I think particularly with the early parts of the film, it's really enhanced it. Fantastic seeing the Bayonne stuff. That's the part in the book when he meets the dwarves coming out in twos and threes, and you know, when they show them to him in the book. You know, I always remember that as a kid and reading through. I'm a big fan of Tolkien's work. I'm not just a fan of the films. I'm a Tolkien nut, and I really don't understand why that was deleted, that scene. I think it was very important to set the Bayonne character, for you to know him, because Bayonne only really gets a fleeting glance in the theatrical version, which I think is terribly wrong. I think it's terribly wrong in the sense that a very important character in the book gets omitted when a made-up character like Toriel gets to so much screen time. I don't like that. Also very, very good scenes with Thrain, Thorin's father. Really, really good. Really enjoyed seeing the flashback to Azanor Bazaar at the beginning. Like this stuff in Dol Guldur. I think that should have stayed in as well. Love the added parts to Mirkwood. I think this film gets a lot of praise. You know, as it should do. It's a good film. I find the Killy Toriel stuff nauseating. I really don't like it. I don't see any need for it. And I think the first film, Unexpected Journey, which I prefer far more, I think it got really ran down by the critics, really asinine, acidic kind of people just wanting to hate a movie. Most of these guys that wouldn't know Tolkien, you know, if he appeared right in front of them and they make out they're some kind of fans, you know. And the third film I've heard kind of a few kind of rumblings about it. I'm a little bit worried slightly of certain things I've heard. Certain very pivotal things which I'd be very disappointed if they either weren't in it, or certain things that were, I'd be a little bit disappointed. Well, stretch a little, very, but you know, it's an excellent film, and the extended scenes really make the film really give it something. The scene with Bayonne and the Thrain stuff, particularly the Bayonne bit, it's too good to cut out at the expense of, you know, Toriel with Killy, with nauseating scenes like that. Just absolutely absurd. I really don't want to be seeing that. It's ridiculous, elven and dwarf, and they try to make out like it's some sort of maternal kind of thing, but we all know deep down it really isn't. And the thought of an elf and dwarf in like Middle Earth, like, you see what it does is as well, it kind of it pollutes the kind of relationship with Gimli and Galadriel. We know from the book as well that Gimli, not infatuated, I think he just had a love for Galadriel, not in some sort of sexual way. And in the film it reflected that as kind of a bashfulness. In this, though, it's more than that, and it's very, you know, poorly conceived and poorly executed, and I really worried it's going to affect the third film in a very negative way, and I hope it doesn't. But yeah, so that's the end of the update. Thanks for sticking with it. I'll be having another update probably before Christmas, after. I am busy, and I'm sorry I don't get back to comments and stuff. It's not rudeness, I I just don't have the time at present. I do apologise about that. So thanks for the comments, thanks to subscribers, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.